Welcome to the 2016 New Zealand National Dragon Boat Championships here at Lakehood, Ashburton. We have a very strong lineup with over 30 teams getting ready to compete. We took time out and caught up with event director Mary Gibson.
We rotate between the North and the South Island, so last year was in the North Island at Lake Pupuki in Auckland, and this year we're at Lakehood in Ashburton. It doesn't matter what age you are, so you can paddle from 12 years old is the minimum age, and the maximum age is as long as you feel okay. There are paddlers and boats here in their 80s, so it's right across the spectrum, and that's what makes it so exciting.
The thing that I really like about dragon boating, particularly as a team sport, is the fact that you're getting 20 paddlers trying to work as one unit. Other team sports, people are doing different things at different times. This sport, you've got almost like one brain controlling 20 pairs of arms. You want every paddle stroke exactly hitting the water at the same time, applying power at the same time, same angle into the water. So you're looking for that perfect synchronicity and perfect technique, and that's not easy to get.
Let's head down to the 500 metre start for the Junior Women 500 metre final and link in with our commentator, it's Matt Markham.
They're under starters orders down there at the 500 metre start. They're underway. Marion have made a very good beginning in lane number 2. Christchurch Girls High School away quickly. Avonside are into their work as well, and Epsom Girls, they're starting to ramp things up as well as they get through the first 50 metres of this Junior Women Grand Final over the 500 metres. It's Marion, the early pace setters, in lane number 2. From on the outside, Avonside Girls, Christchurch Girls High School there in lane number 1, and Epsom Girls in lane number 3. There'd be about half a boat length from first to fourth. Current leaders are Marion in lane number 2. Outside on the far side, then we've got Avonside Girls. There's not much between those two boats for first and second. Back down in lane number 1, then we've got Christchurch Girls High School. Epsom Girls sit in lane number 3 as they paddle their way through the 150 metre mark and get towards the 200 metre mark now, where it's Marion in front from Avonside Girls over on the far side. Back in lane number 3, then we've got Epsom Girls and Christchurch Girls High School right there in lane number 1. There's not a lot between the four boats as they approach the halfway mark and get past it now. We're in lane number 4. Avonside Girls may just have a slender margin. Over on the inside then of Marion in lane number 2. Back in lane number 3, Epsom Girls are starting to push their way in towards contention, and Christchurch Girls High School back on the inside. It's Avonside Girls over in lane number 4. They've taken control and drawn clear by about quarter of a boat length. Epsom Girls are starting to get into their work in lane number 3 and drive at Avonside. Back down in lane number 2, Marion put up another effort, and on the inside of them, Christchurch Girls High School. They're inside the 175 metre mark. It's Avonside Girls in front on the far side. Epsom Girls come up to them on the inside of them. Then back down in lane number 2, we've got Marion. Christchurch Girls High School back in lane number 1. It's Avonside Girls on the far side. They've got about a quarter of a boat length to spare. Avonside Girls in front. Epsom Girls are going to put one last dive in as they get inside the 100 now. It's Avonside Girls. Epsom Girls on the inside of them. Marion put up another effort in third. They've got about 50 metres left to go. It's in front. Avonside Girls on the far side. Avonside Girls have got about a quarter of a length to spare. They're going to go to the line. Avonside Girls will take out the grand final. Avonside Girls beats Epsom Girls High. And then in third position we'd have Marion will finish third. Christchurch Girls High School in fourth, but it's to the side, to the side. Avonside take out the Junior Women Grand Final over the 500 metres.
At the front of the boat you've got the drummer, the caller, and they call the beat of the race, and they call when to do a power up, and they call when to do a sprint. That's the tactical part of the race, because they're looking back at the other boats and they see another boat start to do a sprint, so they'll call a reach, and so 3, 2, 1 reach, and that powers the boat up again.
You start out with 3 really long, hard strokes to get the boat going, and then you actually start off with 20 really fast strokes, and that pulls the nose up out of the water, so then away you go. And then during the race you might call some power strokes, and they really dig it in. And you also have some reaching, because you want them to reach as far as they can and dig it in, and then at the end it's just go, go, go till the end.
The sweeps, he's basically in charge of the boat. He's at the back and he steers the boat. There's 2 levels of sweep. There's the orange jersey as a junior sweep or an apprentice sweep. You've got to do at least 2 regattas before you get your yellow, and that's a New Zealand Dragon Boating sweep, accredited sweep, level 3.
Let's head down to the Open A 500 metre final.
You're on the starting orders! Are you ready? Attention!
They're away and racing down there at the 500 metre start. Lane number 1, Lion. Lane 2, North Shore Dragons. Hamilton City in lane number 3, and Tumeki in lane number 4. And on the outside of them is Becca. So they race their way through the first 100 metres. And in the middle, Hamilton City look to have set a good pace early on. They look to have the noses in front. About to get their way through their first 200 metres of this Premier Mixed Grand Final. And in lane number 3, it's Hamilton City. Dominant heat winners earlier on this morning. They look to be setting the pace in this final. From on the outside of them is Tumeki. Back down on the inside then we've got North Shore Dragons on the far side. Becca Crusaders. Lion is closest to the shoreline in lane number 1 as they make their way down inside the halfway mark with just over 200 metres left to paddle. In lane number 3, it's Hamilton City dictating terms. On the outside of them, we've got Tumeki. Then back on the outside of them, the Becca Crusaders. And North Shore Dragons in lane number 2. They get inside that 200 metre mark now, and it's Hamilton City in control, like they have been all morning. They lead by a margin on the outside of them. Tumeki looks to be in second place. Then we've got the Becca Crusaders. Then back to the inside, North Shore Dragons. With about 125 metres left to paddle, and it's Hamilton City in control in lane number 3. They look to have a healthy margin. Tumeki right there to their outside. Over on the far side, then we've got the Becca Crusaders. But with about 75 metres left to paddle anyway, it's Hamilton City who are going to go down to the line and look like they're going to be national champions for 2016 in the Premier Mixed Grand Final. 500 metre standard boats. Hamilton City will take it out. Tumeki are going to finish into second place. And as we go down to the line for third, over on the far side, the Becca Crusaders look like they've got third.
So we've got a breast cancer division here at the Nationals, and the competition is so fierce this year that these breast cancer survivor women, who are all mostly older women and not sportswomen necessarily, are actually paddling at times that they've never ever paddled as fast as this before. We're all beating our personal best by several seconds, and in fact the times that all of these teams are making, Boobops from Tauranga, A Breast of Life from Christchurch and Can Survive from Wellington, are actually achieving times on the water that are better than all of the women's teams, and in fact in some cases better than the young high school girls.
Oh, we're the Boobops from the Bay of Plenty, a wonderful group of women, all had breast cancer, some of us twice, and we're just out there doing it for breast cancer and our families and our general fitness. We used to be at the back, but we've actually improved over the years, which is pretty cool. We have a lot of new ones this year. We've probably got the youngest breast cancer survivor here from all the teams, so it's great to have her on board, and we'll hold on to her for 40 years.
Let's see how the Boobops fare in the breast cancer survivor 500 metre final. Let's head there now.
Are you ready? Attention!
They're away and racing. And making a good beginning in lane number 2, Boobops. They're going to take up an early lead here from over in lane number 4. A Breast of Life Can Survive just inside of them, Busting with Life back in lane number 1. So they sort themselves out in the formation as they get their way through the first 100 metres. And in lane number 2, Boobops. They hold sway by a narrow margin over Can Survive and A Breast of Life. Back in 4th position, Busting with Life. level pegging these first three boats. There's absolutely nothing between them as they approach their way through the first 200 metres. And in lane number 2, it's still Boobops who look to hold a slender margin from in lane number 4, Abreast of Life. Splitting them Can Survive, and the three of them go to war as they get past the halfway mark. In the middle, Can Survive. Outside of them, Abreast of Life. Inside, Boobops, and back and forth, Busting with Life. They make their way up towards the 200 metre mark now. And this, the BC National Final for standard boats over the 500 metres. And they're about to approach that 200 metre mark now. And first boat to hit that mark in lane number 4 will be Abreast of Life. In the middle of them, Can Survive, and back to the inside, Boobops, Busting with Life, back and forth. Still a really good go here in lane number 4. Abreast of Life hold sway. They lead by about just over a quarter of a boat length from Can Survive. Back on the inside of them, and then back on the inside of those is Boobops. The three of them set down to fight it out. They've got just over 100 metres left to race. And in lane number 4, it's Abreast of Life who lead the way. Can Survive to the inside of them. Boobops starting to get back into their work. 100 metres left to go. It's a race on in earnest here. Abreast of Life still in control. Can Survive and Boobops right there. Boobops getting into their work. Can Survive as well. They got 75 left to go. Over in lane number 4, Abreast of Life, the narrow leaders. Can Survive come up to them. Boobops with one last dig. 50 metres left to go. It's Abreast of Life. They hold a narrow margin. Can Survive are going to have one last dig on the line. They'll come up short. Abreast of Life. Abreast of Life will win the BC final, beating Can Survive. Boobops in third. And just coming past the 50 metre mark now and driving their way towards the line will be Busting with Life. But the national champions, the standard boat, 500 metres, Abreast of Life.
The flower ceremony has become an important tradition in breast cancer survivor dragon boat racing. Following the breast cancer survivor races and final, the teams come together on the water and the boats are rafted together. As specially selected music plays, the paddlers raise flowers above their heads while holding hands or hugging their fellow paddlers in the next boat. They share a few moments of silence to reflect on the lives of those brave paddlers from their boats who have passed away. Then, along with the spectators on the shore, the paddlers gently throw the flowers into the water, both to celebrate the lives of those who have passed and to rejoice in their togetherness. A highlight of dragon boat racing is the grueling 2-kilometre race. The boats are started at 15-second intervals. Slowest qualifier goes out first, and then the other boats chase them down. The boats do 2 circuits of the 500-metre course, which involves 3 turns. As teams make up their handicap, racing gets very tight, especially on the turns, with the boats competing for right of way. A change in distance now as the paddlers make their way down for the 200-metre sprint finals. First up will be the Premier Women's 200-metre final.
Attention!
There goes the starter's horn, and they are racing in the Premier Women's 200-metre final. Aoraki Blues out in lane number 5. They made a nice, strong start. There's Waimak Thunder paddling strongly in lane number 2. Kakariki Dragons in lane number 3. They are pushing up on the inside of Jaffets, who are in lane number 4. And back down to lane 1 is Cancer Society Wairarapa. Out in front is Aoraki Blues with Kakariki Dragons and Jaffets in close pursuit. Looks like it come down to a tussle between lanes 3 and 5. Kakariki Dragons lane 3, lane 5 Aoraki Blues. As they come near the finishing line, who's it going to be? Aoraki Blues on the outside, Kakariki Dragons the inside. They hit the line, Aoraki Blues. Aoraki Blues hold on to win the 200-metre Premier Women's Final, outlasting the Kakariki Dragons.
I'm not sure that people realise the camaraderie that goes on. So if you, for instance, didn't have a sweep or a steer person on the back of your boat, we will put a call out, and 9 times out of 10 they may be your competitor, but they'll help you out by stepping on the back of your boat, and someone will say, I'm happy to paddle or steer or sweep with that team the whole day if they maybe are a spare with their own team, so it gets them the opportunity to get out on the water as well. So huge camaraderie. I've not seen it in many other sports.
Down at the start for the Premier Junior Mixed Minor 200 metre final. Hillmorton getting cranked up, and a very good team at Hillmorton High School when they're on the journey. In lane number 2, all the way from Auckland, North Shore Dragons. Further out in lane number 3 is Waka Tech, being chased hard by the North Shore Dragons. And there, Hillmorton High School going strong in lane number 4. From this angle, it looks like Hillmorton, they have the lead. These Dragon Boat crews are hearing plenty of positive encouragement from the banks. It's Hillmorton High out in front. Are they going to be able to keep up this strong pace? Back down in lane number 1, the Paddleteers. And it's going to be Hillmorton High School. They're going to lead from go to woe and take out the Premier Junior Mixed 200 metre final, defeating North Shore Dragons in second, Waka Tech third, and in lane number 1, the Paddleteers in 4th position.
I don't know any sport where there's more competitors in a team. So there's 22 people in the boat at one time. We have 24, 25 people in the squad. And it's just an amazing way for people to come together. Some of my closest colleagues now, I've never worked with directly on work. So like this guy over here with the black top on. Yes. I've never ever worked with him on any job at all. And he's one of my best buddies. So yeah, it's great. It's great. I mean, you can see the spirit of the team. Yeah.
Hamilton City Watersports making their way down to the start of the Open A final. And as these teams wait on the start signal, in lane 5 is Line, Becca Crusaders in lane number 2. And they're off. Lion made a good start and going fast. In lane 4, Mickey from Christchurch, and down in lane number 1, the Sampan Warriors. Looks like Hamilton City have taken the lead. A very strong team is Hamilton City Watersports, but the Becca Crusaders, they are paddling hard. In lane number 3, Hamilton City Watersports, they're in front. Lanes 4, 5 and 2 are very close behind. In second, who will it be? First, Hamilton City Watersports. Then it's like lane 2, Becca Crusaders for second. Lane 4, Tumeki third, followed very closely into 4th by Lion, and then 5th place, the Sampan Warriors.
Absolutely brilliant tournament, really successful, probably one of the best we've had in terms of weather, attendance, racing, the closeness of racing, the camaraderie, the beautiful village aspect. The lake is stunning here at Ashburton, just everything that's come together. I don't think I could have faulted it in any way.